Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an event that practically rewired the global tech landscape, the 2026 World Artificial Intelligence Conference in Shanghai. This wasn't just another electronics fair. It was the exact moment China unveiled a fully functional, totally parallel AI ecosystem to the world. We're talking massive industrial infrastructure, next-level robotics, and real-world applications that are fundamentally shifting the balance of global tech. So let's jump right in and see exactly how this is unfolding.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. 1. The WAIC 2026 paradigm shift. 2. Supernode infrastructure. 3. Pavilion H3 in the robotics era. 4. Foundation models to operative agents. 5. WAICO and global AI governance. And finally, 6. 2 parallel tech ecosystems.
Kicking things off with Section 1, the WAIC 2026 paradigm shift, moving beyond a simple product showcase. Hosted at the Shanghai World Expo Exhibition Center, the sheer scale of this thing was absolutely staggering. Picture this, over 400,000 visitors braving extreme heat, right alongside 1,100 exhibiting companies. We witnessed the global debut of over 300 brand new AI products. But honestly, the number you really need to pay attention to is the record $3 billion in intended purchases. Yeah, billion with a B. So the main takeaway here? We are way past theory and cute tech demos built for venture capitalists. This is all about massive, real-world commercial integration. Physical AI is here, and the contracts are literally being signed right now.
Moving on to Section 2, Supernode infrastructure. The shift from single chips to massive systems. So, here's a massive question for you. If you are suddenly blocked from getting your hands on the world's most powerful, advanced single chips, how on earth do you bypass those restrictions to power enormous data centers and massive language models? It's a pretty formidable engineering challenge, right?
Well, the answer actually comes down to this specific number, 8,192. Basically, if one single processor isn't going to cut it, your solution is extreme networking. It means taking thousands of accelerators, in this case 8,192 neural processing units, and wiring them together so they work in absolute perfect synchronization. And Huawei's answer to this hurdle is the Atlas 950 SuperPod. They're using this proprietary optical interconnect technology, which they call Unified Bus, to link those 8,192 NPUs together. The result? They behave exactly like a single, giant logical computer. The true power is no longer just baked into the silicon of one individual chip. Instead, it's all about eliminating the network bottlenecks between the processors. This is exactly how the local industry is bypassing its reliance on US components. They're building monstrously powerful infrastructure through ultra-high-speed networks.
Because make no mistake, China is systematically building out the entire tech stack internally. Look at the Huawei Atlas 950 cluster. It hits true exaflop performance. To put that into perspective, that is 1 billion operations every single second. Then you've got the Elevatar Core X Tankai 300, specifically designed for high-end large language model training, packed with a massive 144 gigabytes of VRAM to stop data bottlenecks dead in their tracks. And it goes all the way from more threads delivering 1,000 teraflops of compute up to the Sugon 8000, which connects 100,000 local GPUs. The entire focus here is singular, supernodes and massive parallel computing to make up for the lack of a perfect single chip.
All right, Section 3, Pavilion H3 and the robotics era. Physical AI takes center stage.
Before we go any further, we really need to nail down what embodied AI actually means. We aren't talking about that little chatbot sitting on your phone screen anymore. We are talking about artificial intelligence integrated directly into a physical body. It enables the machine to perceive its surroundings, interact with them, and dynamically alter its real-world environment. It's the massive leap from just generating text to actually performing manual physical labor.
So imagine walking into Pavilion H3. You are stepping straight from the brains of the infrastructure right into the bodies of the AI. And you find over 300 robots moving dynamically at the exact same time. These were not static machines cordoned off behind some velvet ropes. No, these were active devices operating in a massive, immersive area. The scale of this physical deployment is just unprecedented, and it gives us a very clear, tangible look at our imminent industrial future. And leading the pack was the colossal Unitree GD01. This thing is a pilotable robot standing almost 2.3 meters tall and weighing 550 kilograms.
Alongside that, Unitree simulated a fully automated unmanned factory production floor, while SenseTime showed off a smart retail store managed entirely by a robotic staff. Plus, the Six Dragons of World Model Summit charted a real course toward physical artificial general intelligence. This whole concept relies on understanding 3D spatial physics, supported by some seriously advanced architectural frameworks like the RoboSense AOA 3.5 and Ant Group's Lingbot VA 2.0.
Which brings us to Section 4, Foundation Models to Operative Agents, from talking to actually doing. The market's focus has decisively shifted. We are moving away from basic foundation models toward actual functional execution. Think about it. The recent past was defined by traditional chatbots. They give you great text-based answers, sure, but ultimately they still require a human, you, to take action. The present, which was everywhere at WAIC, belongs to operative agents. These systems autonomously call upon tools, execute complex real-world tasks, and keep a continuous workflow going without you lifting a finger. In fact, nearly 70% of exhibitors focused entirely on this shift. And driving these agents are colossal language models, like Moonshot AI's Kimi K3, which boasts a staggering 2.8 trillion parameters. A perfect example of this evolution is STEP AOS by StepFund. This is an agent-native operating system built for real-world tasks. Literally, imagine using your voice or text to tell your agent to control your MacBook to complete an assignment. Or picture it seamlessly integrating with Alipay for payments or DD for mobility, transferring flawlessly between your phone and your car. The unofficial motto echoing through the conference halls was, "Show me the agent." The standard has changed. Software is now expected to prove it can do tangible work.
Section 5, WAICO and Global AI Governance, Shaping the International Rules.
AI should be a symphony of international cooperation and international public good. That was President Xi Jinping. His unprecedented attendance, delivering the keynote addressing this exact point, was a massive diplomatic signal. Beijing doesn't just want to manufacture the technology anymore. They want to be the architect of its global governance. And you can quantify that diplomatic push with the number 29. 29 countries from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Europe officially signed the founding agreement in Shanghai for WAICO, the World Artificial Intelligence Cooperation Organization. So what does the strategy actually look like? Well, with WAICO's permanent headquarters established right in Shanghai, the game plan is clear. They are providing 5,000 AI training opportunities specifically targeted at developing nations. Through initiatives like the AI Leadership Mission 2026 via China-EU, they're actively courting European delegations to showcase applied industrial models in sectors like healthcare and logistics. By heavily promoting open-source AI, Beijing is essentially offering emerging nations a distinct pathway to bypass Western tech monopolies, forming a totally alternative technological and diplomatic alliance. Finally, Section 6, 2 parallel tech ecosystems, the division of the global AI supply chain.
Bringing all these pieces together, we are literally watching a profound division in the global AI supply chain. Two totally distinct ecosystems are solidifying right in front of us. On one side, you have the Western ecosystem. It's NVIDIA-centric, relying heavily on the power of individual dominant chips, and it's regulated by frameworks like the G7 Hiroshima Process and the EU AI Act. On the flip side, the Chinese ecosystem relies on massive supernodes from companies like Huawei and more threads, all communicating via unified bus interconnects and wrapped up within the WAICO diplomatic framework. China isn't just making alternatives to Western products, they are building a completely parallel value chain from the ground up.
And look, this competition is already manifesting in hard policy. Recent U.S. NDAA legislation actively restricts the military procurement of Chinese humanoid robots, citing severe data security and surveillance risks. So this is no longer merely a commercial trade war over silicon chips. It has fully evolved into concrete legislative bans on physical AI.
So as the hardware, software, and governance of artificial intelligence officially fracture into two parallel worlds, the ultimate question is this: which tech ecosystem will the rest of the globe choose to plug into? It's a choice with massive geopolitical implications, and it will absolutely determine the trajectory of this entire decade. Keep questioning and stay curious.